All right, welcome back. In this video, we are going to work on reading some notation. First, we're going to work on reading tonal patterns, and you can find those patterns on the worksheet that's in the link right there. We're going to label and identify 8 different tonal patterns that range all the way down from T up to Sol. We're going to read and play these patterns, and I might even change the order of these patterns a little bit, and we're each going to get an opportunity to compose our own song using these tonal patterns. Again, if you need a reminder of any of the fingerings for your instrument on these solfege, you can find that at the links provided below for your instrument. Here are 8 patterns. You'll notice above each set of patterns there is a name for who should be reading that. The top pattern should be trumpet and clarinets. The next one should be flutes. Next one, trombones. And at the bottom is our percussion bells. Okay? And you can see above each measure we have a number, and that is the pattern number. We're starting here with number 1. What I'd like you to do now from home is to read pattern 1 and see if you can identify the solfege for those 3 notes in measure number 1. I'll give you a moment to do that. The first measure, pattern number 1, should be do, re, mi. Do, re, mi. Now looking at measure number 2, a tonal pattern number 2. That should be, I'll give you a second to look at those and label those on your worksheet. You should have come up with mi, re, do. Now looking at number 3. You should have come up with do, re, do. And for now, lastly, we'll work on number 4. Go ahead and label those notes. You should have come up with mi, re, mi. Very good. Now, starting at the very beginning, we're going to play straight through these patterns. Starting at the beginning, it'll sound like this. Do, re, mi, mi, re, do, and so on. Go ahead and pick your instruments up, starting with pattern number 1, working our way to number 4. 1, 2, ready, and do. Do, re, mi, re, do. Do, re, do. Mi, re, mi. Very good. Now make sure that as we are reading these, as we are playing these, you are actually reading these off of your sheet. Let's go ahead and change the order of that a little bit. Still working with numbers 1 through 4. We're going to change the order to 2, 3, 1, 4. We're going to go 2, 3, 1, and 4. Okay? Starting at number 2. Instruments up. Mi, 1, 2, ready, and go. Mi, re, do. Number 3. Do, re, do. Number 1. Do, re, mi. Number 4. Mi, re, mi. Very good. Now I'm going to give you a second to pause the video, and you are going to choose your own order. You could do 3, 2, 4, 1, or 1, 4, 3, 2, whatever you'd like, using the first 4 measures. Pause your video and come up with your own set of patterns. Now we're going to move on to numbers 5, 6, 7, and 8. And just by looking at it, you should notice that these are going to be a little bit harder because we're moving on from just do, re, mi to working on T all the way up to Sol. So a little bit harder to identify these notes. Starting at number 5. Okay, number 5. Go ahead and I'll give you a moment to identify those 3 pitches. Starting on do, the next note should be mi, and the third note is sol. Do, mi, sol. It sounds like do, mi, sol. And number 6, I'll give you a moment to identify those pitches. Number 6, starting the same pitch we just ended on, sol, then fa, re, sol, fa, re. Number 7, I'll give you a moment to identify those pitches. again, starting on the same note we just ended on. We have re, ti, re. And lastly, number 8. Mi, so, do is what you should have came up with. Very good. Now, working with numbers 5 through 8, we're going to reach straight through those patterns. Starting at number 5. 1, 2, ready, and go. Do, mi, so, fa, re, ti, re, mi, so, do. Very good. Now we're going to change the order. How about 8, 6, 7, 5. 8, 6, 7, 5. Starting at number 8. 1, 2, ready, and go. Mi, so, do, 6. So, fa, re, 7. Re, ti, re, 5. Do, mi, so. Very good. Now, you take a moment to pause the video and come up with your own pattern, an arrangement of 5 through 8, anything you'd like. Now that you've done that, you've composed your own patterns using 1 through 4 and 5 through 8. We're going to play straight through 1 to 8, and then you're going to get a chance to write your own song using those 8 patterns. Okay, starting at the beginning. Number 1. 1, 2, ready, and go. Do, re, mi, re, do. Do, re, do. Mi, re, mi. Do, mi, so. So, fa, re, ti, re. Mi, so, do. Very good. Now I'm going to give an example of what you could come up with using these 8 patterns. I'm going to do number 1, number 3, number 5, and number 7. Number 1, 3, 5, and 7, and this is my song. Go ahead and take a few moments to come up with your own song. You could use 4 patterns, you could use all 8, you can change the order, whatever you'd like to do. Go ahead and compose your own song. If you'd like to record this for me and send it to me, I'd love to hear your compositions. You can also change the rhythm. It doesn't have to be bum, bum, bum. You could change it to bum, 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 or bum, 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 bum. Whatever you'd like. This is your time to create.